Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you all coming on. Oh, such a joy. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, thank you all. Welcome to March. Oh my gosh, it is March 2025. I cannot believe it. If you are in the Dallas Metroplex and some of you come on a little later on, you know the wind is howling. And I forgot to ask Lady Wonder to look up. We normally talk about the weather. What is the wind gust? Because it is really windy and dusty out there. But anyway, welcome to March. Welcome to Inspiration Tuesday. So glad to have you on. So glad to have you join us. I know others are coming on, but it is such a thrill. So I've named this month, I've asked the Lord, I kept asking the Lord this morning, what is the theme for this month? What are we going to look forward to? What are we declaring? What are we saying over each other? And the Lord just dropped it in my heart, March miracles. I know for those of you that are basketball fans like I am, it's March Madness, but I'm going to call it March Miracles. I know some of you don't know this about me, but I love looking at the stars. And for the first time in a long, I think it's over a decade, that the planets have lined up. And it was 4 planets lined up between February 28th to March 4th to tonight. And I got to see it on Saturday night just by accident walking out. And I was just so excited. And I have an app, and this is another geek moment of mine, totally irrelevant to what's I'm talking about today, but I'm just so excited about it. And then we have our lunar eclipse, March the 15th, which will be a blood moon, and just entering into the feast times. Those of you that know us talk about the feast times. Hello, Miss Sheila. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Miss Suzanne. So those of you that know how much we talk about the feast times, how we observe the feast, not as a tradition, but as a revelation, you will understand the significance of a blood moon leading into the feast. So just so grateful to God that we just sharing just what's on my heart, get it out the way, so now I can concentrate on March miracles. And the scripture God gave me today was Galatians 2 and verse 20. And it says, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. I want to emphasize this. The life I live by faith in the Son of God. And it's so important as we talk about miracles and the miracles that we want to see and declare for us, over ourselves, over our loved ones, over our leadership. It's because we are, I thought March mindset might be another phrase that I use, but I thought we could just change our mindset to think bigger and think greater in this month. Believe in God that he has opened up a new season, and believe in God for the greater of what we want to see, of what we want to experience, of what we expect. And so just thinking on this and opening our thought pattern up and renewing our mind and renewing our spirit, that's what the Lord is doing in me. So I want to share that with you, and in the hope that this will inspire you too. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Galatians 2 verse 20, not 25. Galatians 2 verse 20. And so hello, Philadelphia. And so just expecting God to do incredible things on our behalf, right? Expecting God to do incredible things on our behalf. So let's start with hopefully that this month will bring a mindset shift to you. And that's a good word right there, because sometimes we get so used to doing a thing, so used to believing for a thing. We have hope, and that hope it goes on over years. Thank you, Miss Sheila, for correcting that. Your hope goes on over years, and you just get into a grind, you get into a rut, you just get into what we call the rat race. You're just doing things over and over again. You're getting good results, but it's not fulfilling. It's satisfying, but it's not fulfilling. And you know when it's just satisfying because you get up and you do it, and it's the norm. But when it's satisfying, every moment brings you joy. Every moment brings a revitalizing to you. It energizes you. You completed this thing today. You completed this task today. It energizes you for the next, rather than completing the task and say, okay, it's done. What else? My life is a constant. Those that are close to me, my life is a constant. Goal setting, goal completing, finish one thing, enter into another. It's never just quiet and rest. Although I do rest, trust me, I do. But there's something about this fulfilling of what God is doing. Um, when we talk about momentum, I live momentum, and many of you are like that. You live in this momentum. So let's talk about the mindset. Let's list things that you want to see happen and be fruitful in a specific, because you're declaring and looking towards a specific outcome. When I say specific outcome, if you're buying a car, you've looked at the car you want, you've got the pricing. If you're buying a house, you're looking at the house you want, you're looking at the pricing, you've got a set outcome. If you are in business looking for new clients, there's a certain clientele that you're looking for. So you open yourself up to do that. You're opening yourself up to drive and look for houses. Hello, Cynthia from Mississippi. Wonderful. And so you're opening yourself up to a set outcome, and you're preparing for that set outcome. Does that make sense? I hope it does. You're preparing for a set outcome. So when you're preparing for a set outcome, you do your research. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting in the extra time. So list the things, those of you that are just coming on, list the things that you want a set outcome. What's the word I'm looking for? You want set evidence. Yes, you want the evidence of what it is that you are expecting God to do for you. And so we're going to change our mindset. Let's change our mindset. Let's change the goals that we're going to set for ourselves. Let's look for that expected outcome that we are going to start working towards. And so it's so important that you do this, because when you do, you will accomplish a goal. For some of you, it might just be one thing that you're going to do for this whole month. For some, there's a list. If you're like me, there is a list. And so write that list down. Don't say, oh, it's too small or it's too big. Write it down. The beginning of this year, I've challenged myself, and I'm going to keep challenging you every month. If you don't write it, you won't complete it. And so let's write it so we can complete it. Let's write it so that we can make the vision plain. We can run after it. We can research. We can put things in motion. We can set a due date. Come on, that's a good word right there. We can set a due date for when we want to see things done. So, and then when we accomplish it, let's celebrate the goal. I'm going to give myself a note that we're going to celebrate the goal. Maybe I'll give a gift away, because I love giving away gifts. Miss Sheila is on here, knows, when I did the 30-day challenge last year, she completed it. She got a gift. Those of you that have done my masterclass, I'm going to set one up for April. Done my masterclass. When you've completed it, there's one of the tasks of our homework that I give you, and I send you my printed version for you to keep and hang on the wall. So I love setting goals. I love you setting goals, and then we working towards that goal. Yeah, come on, Miss Sheila. Setting goals, and we work towards that goal, because I do love results. I do love celebrating you when you get the results. So that's one. So we're gonna do a week of and accomplish. I'm making myself a note here, circling things, and then we're going to celebrate it. Where's my celebrate? And we're going to celebrate the goal. I'm circling those two things right there. Okay, I want you to walk in purpose. Many of you always ask me, what is my purpose? Some of you still don't know or understand your purpose. And I love when I talk about purpose, because I break it down in so many different ways, depending on the audience and depending on those that are trying to find their purpose, those that know their purpose, and God is added onto that purpose. One of the things that I have walked in and lived by is that the vision doesn't change, but the administration of the vision does. Your purpose doesn't change. God is always advancing you and adding to that purpose, adding to your skill set in that purpose. That's a good word right there. God adds to your skill set in that purpose. So how do you identify your purpose? What do you love doing? What gives you pleasure? You go to work, but that work, that job that you do is not your purpose. It fulfills a need in your life, but it's not your purpose. Sometimes it's your hobby that is your purpose, and now you've got to transform that hobby into getting paid, that you can leave the paid job and really do what you enjoy. So discovering your purpose, and each one of us, I know some of you say, no, I have no purpose, Dr. Min. Each one of us have a purpose. And so start asking yourself the question, what do I like doing? What am I good at? And the majority of the time, people find their purpose by helping the stranger, by helping somebody. When I say help the stranger, help your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? The person next door, the person that you see on the street, the person that you meet in the grocery store, the person that you walk to school with, the person that sits at your desk, the person that brings you your mail. Sometimes you have a conversation with them and they answer a need that you have, or answer a question that you have. I've had that happen to me with my mailman, or I answer a question for him. Who is your neighbor? It's the person that's giving you a ride. Some of you still get on the bus. Some of you still get on the train. My New York friends and my Philadelphia friends, and you still get on the train. So the person that you see every day, that you suddenly start a conversation with, and you help meet the need, you help uplift them. So sometimes your purpose can be uplifting others. Sometimes you are, and I love this when this happens, and you discover that you are the solution. When somebody has a problem, you are the solution. You, even if you don't know how to do it, you will look it up and you'll do the research. I have friends that their purpose for me is they are my research. I ask them something, they said, give me a few days, give me a few hours. They research it, get back to me. They help me figure it out. I'm like that for so many others. Sometimes some people call me the networking queen. I know somebody who knows somebody. And that's what we've got to be. We can be the conduit that is the lifeline for somebody getting help. We can be the middle person that gets somebody connected, keeps somebody connected. And that is the unique thing about finding your purpose. You find the keyword, you find your niche, you find what your knowledge is. Hello, blessings, North Carolina. You find what your knowledge is. And then you find what your edge is. When you know your knowledge, you know your edge, hence the word knowledge. And when you have that edge, people will keep relying on you. People will keep trusting you. And as you advance in your purpose, as you advance in the understanding of what it is that is within you, the life force that is in you, the joy that is within you, the ability to keep somebody faith ignited for their fulfillment of purpose. Oh, that's a good word right there. Keeping somebody ignited for the fulfillment of their purpose. Sometimes you are just the cheerleader. Your purpose is just to be the cheerleader. Discover who you are in the midst of your circle, and then keep developing your circle, keep enlarging your circle. Wow, what a word. When you identify your purpose and you identify what you love doing, it don't just bring you joy, it brings everyone around you joy. And that's the full result of purpose. It's a bigger component than just you. It's a bigger component of just fulfilling who you are. You help fulfill others. You help others walk into the accomplishment of who they are and who they are becoming. I like that word, walk into the accomplishment of who they are and who they're becoming. Can you be the answer to someone's problem? Every single one of you should say, yes, I can be the answer. Yes, I am the answer. Yes, I will be the answer, because that is the full evidence that you are walking in purpose. Purpose, I love this. There's so many definitions to purpose, but I love this definition. Purpose is a goal desired to bring a desired result or possible outcome. Yes, thank you. Ignited for the fulfillment of others' purpose. Absolutely. We all have goals, right? But if I just keep my goal to myself and just fulfill the goal for myself, then it's not truly my purpose, because my purpose is always to add value to somebody else. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, I am. Yes, my purpose is always. Did somebody hear that? My purpose is always greater than myself, because it's to add value to somebody else. That's even the definition of success. You add value to somebody else. And so let's do this month. Get out of our comfort zone. I've got a testimony that will be in my post, how I got out of my comfort zone. Just recently, I was at a exhibition last week at the NRB, and I went with a sole purpose in mind. Did you hear my phrase? My sole purpose was to go and enjoy the conference. I've worked it before and didn't get the chance to enjoy it. My purpose was to just go and enjoy, but then I had to fulfill somebody else's purpose, somebody else's goal, and it was just another great adventure for me. I got out of my comfort zone again, and so you'll see that post a little later on this week. But I'm just so grateful that we have to get out of our comfort zone to help, so that we can find a new skill set. Come on, those of you, yes, those of you that are so stuck doing things one way, start working with a friend, volunteer and help a friend, and because they will challenge you to learn what they need. That's a word right there. They will challenge you to learn what they need. I know that being in ministry for over 40 years, being married for over 40 years, I have to constantly get out of my comfort zone to stay relevant in this new season. And our new seasons are constantly revolving, and not revolving that I do the same thing the same way. They're revolving, I should say, not revolving. Our circumstances, our lifestyle is constantly evolving. You hear the difference, right? Evolving, not revolving. And because they're evolving, is pulling out new skill sets. What is my March miracle that I'm looking for? New skill set in my new goals with my new skill set. So what is my homework for you all? My homework for you all is to make your list. No matter how long your list is, make your list of what you want to see accomplished in March miracles. We are going to be having a testimony service at the end of, I know we don't do testimony service anymore, but we'll be having a testimony service. There'll be testimonies in the chat of what you ask God to do, what God has put in your heart to do, what God is stretching you into becoming. And let's work this through together for the March miracles. Wow, that's a good word right there. And can I read the scripture to you again as I close out? Galatians 2 verse 20. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. And as he's given himself for me, my mindset has changed. And my first opportunity for miracles is to set new goals, to realign my purpose to what I want God to do, and even make my goals what I call impossible, God calls possible. So write down some of those impossible goals, and let's work on it and let God answer it. Let's have these brilliant testimonies at the end of the month. I made a note because we're going to celebrate. I made a note so that we will keep reminding each other of what we're believing God for. And I just know it's going to be great. Well, you know that, you might not know that last month was Go Red for February, because it was Cancer Awareness Month, Heart Awareness Month. This month, March, is Women's History Month, and so each week I'm going to try and give a quote or do an interview with international women, so to just inspire you to set the goals that are attainable. And even if they're not attainable, we're going to shoot for the moon and land among the stars. Okay, so we're going to stretch ourselves. March mindset for March miracles. I like that. We're just going to say March miracles. And then Thursday is our Infinity Center, our church online. So I hope that you will make the time to join us and get refreshed and renewed. But we've got some exciting things coming up in March. I've got some exciting posts getting ready. We have a new season of Mega Women Show that began on Monday. I've been recording from January, and so there's some new shows that they've held onto for this season. And so I'm excited to share these new ladies with you. They are amazing. You thought that the ones I knew before were amazing. And so let's celebrate our women. Those of you that have a woman that you would like me to celebrate, send it to me, DM me. Those of you new to me, go to drmarinamclean.com is my website, and send me an email of a woman that you would like me to highlight, that you would like me to celebrate, because I just know that doors of opportunity are opening, places of enlargement are opening, financial breakthroughs. Come on, let's write down some goals. Let's write down some financial goals. Let's put some zeros on whatever number we have, and expect God to do the incredible and extraordinary things on our behalf. I look forward to sharing with you what God has done, what God is doing, and I look forward to seeing you. Mark it down, next week, Thursday, the 13th. At 5:30 is our Mega Women Praying, and I hope to have some international women on that call with me, and so that you can hear as we celebrate, as we set goals, as we believe God for March miracles. Let's see it happen. God bless you, my loves. Thank you for joining me, and I'm going to put on the screen the information for our Mega Women Praying. Bless you all. Thank you now.